All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our TensorFlow course, and we are diving deeper into our corrective measures module. Let's have a look at what we went over today. Now, yesterday, if you recall, we did come to the conclusion that we needed to make our models a little bit more complex. So this is the process of how we're going to do that today. So let's have a look at what we started here. So in order to do this, we will need to make our models more complex. Right now, the model we have looks like this, where we have a simple regression model, where we have our inputs, our weights, and then our bias. When we add that up, we get our output. So these are our outputs represented by the zero. Let me move down a little bit so you can see. These are our outputs here. This is our bias here, C. These are our weights here, M1 through 8. And we add all those into the MX plus C, and that equal our output. So instead of having just one, we're going to stick more neurons by removing the bias and putting new neurons. But they're doing the same exact thing, basically repeating the same process. Then we will link the original inputs to the new neurons, the same way they were previously linked to the bias. Now, I try my best to draw this in VSC code, as I always. It's not for making graphs from scratch, so I did the best I could. So as you can see here, we removed our bias or our C, and we added new neurons here on the outside, and then we went through the process of connecting all of these inputs here to the neurons. So all of these lines here are the original connections to the original C or bias that we removed and added a neuron to. So those are all still connected. And as you can see, each of these lines represent a connection from these inputs here going to our new neurons here. Now, this will give us a new dense layer. From here, we can add more dense layers. So we're going to go ahead to the process of building new dense layers and showing you guys exactly what that looks like. I didn't want to dive too deep too quick. I wanted to make sure I had an understanding of what was going on. And I wanted to make sure I can be able to produce this graph so I can have a visual concept of what's going on also. That'll help a lot. But I'm going to keep you guys posted every step of the way as usual. But for now, this is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.